In this video, we take understanding of Walter's model, factor considered by the Walter's model, and how the formula derived of Walter model. Walter model given by Professor James Walter. Walter's model consider four factors. First, dividend. Second, return on retained earning. Third, required rate of return. Fourth, dividend payout ratio. Dividend means profit distributed by the company to its shareholder. Second, return on retained earning means internal rate of return of company, means company on return on its investment. Third, required rate of return means investor or shareholders required rate of returns. Fourth, dividend payout ratio means a company on per share, and from that how much paid as a dividend. Now we take the understanding how formula derived. For example, if ABC Limited on EPS of rupees 5, from that company paid rupees 2 as a dividend and rupees 3 retained by the company, and company's return on retained earning is 20%, and investor or shareholders required rate of return is 10%. From these details, how to calculate price of share, we need to calculate in two parts. One is value for the dividend and value for the retained earning. First, dividend parts. Company paid rupees 2 as a dividend every year, means it is perpetual, so we need to capitalize it by required rate of return 10%. So value of dividend is rupees 20. Now we calculate value of second part, that is retained earning. Here earning, how we calculate the retained earning. For example, here we invest year 1, 2, 3, 4. Retained earning. Walter models not consider the retained earning of rupees 3 for the derived value of shares. Walter's model only consider the profits. So in retained earning of rupees 3, how many rupees company will earn? Company will earn from these 3 rupees, this 0.60 means 20% on its return earning in every year. From these 3 rupees, 0.60, 0.60, from this 0.60, 0.60, it is continuing, means perpetual. So what is the value of this 0.60? It is perpetual, so we can capitalize it. 0.60 divided by 0.10, so rupees 6. Now we capitalize this also. 0.60, 0.10 is rupees 6. So we can say that rupees 6 value added by company every year. So can we capitalize it also. So rupees 6 divided by required rate of return 10% means rupees 60 for retained earning. So total value of the share is rupees 80. Now we convert this into one formula. Can we say that current market price equal to dividend divided by required rate of return plus return on retained earning divided by required rate of return from retained earning. Here is 3 rupees. On that, how much company will earn? 20%. And we need to capitalize it, means 0.10 as we do here, 0.60 divided by 10. So we get rupees 6, but it is perpetual. So we need to capitalize it. C, required rate of return. Now, can we say that dividend plus, instead of retained earning, can we say that EPS minus dividend, EPS minus dividend into return on retained earning by company divided by required rate of return, whole divided by required rate of return. This is the formula of Walter's model, where D is equal to dividend, E is equal to EPS, R return on retained earning, RC is equal to required rate of return. Now we take the understanding of these 4 factors, how these 4 factors affect the price of shares. Here, dividend, return on retained earning, required rate of return, dividend payout ratio means dividend paid or retained earning. Now we take understanding how dividend, return on retained earning, required rate of return and dividend payout ratio affect the price of shares. Here in this example, company's return on retained earning is 20% and investors required rate of return is 10%. Means company earn more than required rate of return. It means if dividend is 0, then company will add more value, and if investors required rate of return is 10% and company's return on retained earning is, for example, 5%, then investor wishes to company will pay whole earning as a dividend. Let's we solve one question to understand how these 4 factors affect. As we taken here, we take this example here to calculate effect of this into price of shares. First, we take return on retained earning 20% and investors required rate of 10%. In one case, we take 100% as a dividend, and in second case, we take 0% as a dividend. First, we take return on retained earning is 20%, and required rate of return RA, sorry, RA and RC is 10%. In this case, by above formula, D plus RA divided by RC into E minus D whole divided by RC. Here 100% dividend means whole 5 rupees distribute as a dividend. Here 0.20 divided by 0.10. Here EPS is 5 rupees and dividend is also 5 rupees divided whole divided by 0.10. By solving this, we get value of share is 50 rupees. Now same is 20% and RC is 10%. D plus RA divided by RC into in bracket E minus D divided by RC. Here dividend is 0 plus 0.20, 0.10. EPS is 5 rupees, dividend is 0 whole divided by 0.10. By solving this, we get rupees 100 value of share. Now RA is equal to 5% and RC is equal to 10%. We not write formula here, same formula. Here 100% dividend means 5 rupees. Here 0.05 divided 0.10. 5 rupees CPS, 5 rupees dividend, all divided by 0.10. So value of share is rupees 50. Here RA is equal to 5% and RC is equal to 10%. Here 0% is dividend, 0 dividend plus company will earn 5% and required rate of return is 10%. Here 5 rupees earning, 0 rupees dividend, all divided by 10. Right? By solving this, we get the value is rupees 25. So we can say that if RA is more than RC, means return on retained earning by company is more than required rate of return, then maximum payout ratio should be 0. Will make the share price is highest. If RA is less than RC, means return on retained earning is less than required rate of return, then maximum payout ratio is 100%. So value of share is highest. Now we solve one question. ABC company on 6 per share, capitalization rate 10%, means required rate of return is 10%. Return on investment means company on retained earning is 20%. Dividend payout ratio is 30%. Price of shares according to Walter's model. Here dividend amount is not given, but we can calculate it. So dividend is equal to EPS into dividend payout ratio. So 6 into 30% means dividend is 1.8. Now we calculate the price of shares. by using Walter's model. So value of share is equal to dividend plus return on retained earning divided by required rate of return into retained earning whole divided by required rate of return. So here dividend is 1.8 plus return on retained earning is 20%, means 0.20. Required rate of return is 0.10. EPS 6 minus dividend 1.8 whole divided by 0.10. So 1.8 plus 2 into 4.2 whole divided by 0.10. So 1.8 plus 8.4 whole divided by 0.10. So 10.20 divided by 0.10. So value of share is 102. Now second question, optimum payout ratio as per Walter's model. Here RA is greater than RC. So as per Walter's model, optimum payout ratio should be 0%. Now we calculate price of share by using Walter's model. Dividend 0, return on retained earning 0.20, required rate of return 0.10, earning 6, dividend 0, whole divided by 0.10 is equal to 0 plus 2 into 6 whole divided by 0.10 is equal to 12 divided by 0.10. So value per share is 120 rupees. Now we solve second question. XYZ Limited on 10 per share. Capitalization rate 10%. Return on investment 8%. Price of share according to Walter's model. Optimum payout ratio. Dividend payout ratio is 50%. So first we calculate amount of dividend. Dividend is equal to EPS into TP ratio. So we get amount of dividend rupees 5. We calculate price of share by using Walter's model. So here dividend 5 rupees, return on investment 0.08, required return 10%, earning 10 minus dividend 5 whole divided by 0.10. So we get 5 plus 0.08 divided 0.10 into 5 whole divided by 0.10 is equal to 5 plus 4 divided by 0.10. So 9 divided by 0.10. So value per share rupees 90. Now second question, optimum payout ratio. Here RA means return on retained earning is less than required rate of return, means investor wishes that whole earning should be paid as a dividend. So dividend payout ratio should be 100%. So now we calculate price. The 10 rupees dividend plus earning 10 rupees whole distributed as a dividend whole divided by 0.10. So 10 plus 0. So price per share is rupees 100. So if RA is greater than RC, then payout ratio should be 0, is optimum. And if RA is less than RC, then payout ratio is 100, is optimum.